What is up, guys? Delboy here. So Charlie Edwards comprehensively outboxes Angel Moreno to retain his WBC flyweight title. This fight really was a one-sided affair from start to finish. The challenger, Angel Moreno, he came to fight, he came to give it a go, but he was woefully basic and, just made to order for Charlie Edwards, to be quite honest. Moreno was a come-forward fighter, but he never really offered any threat to Charlie Edwards. He wasn't a big puncher, he wasn't setting up his work well at all, and all of his power shots were very telegraphed. He was fairly physically strong, and when Edwards was on the ropes, a few body shots got through, but apart from that, Moreno really didn't have any success whatsoever. As Moreno was coming forwards, Charlie Edwards was just able to outbox and offset Moreno with his jab, with his superior movement, with his defense and better understanding of judging distance. It was a one-sided exhibition from Charlie Edwards, and I think most of us expected this fight to be fairly one-sided. I mentioned in my preview video, Moreno was, a durable guy. He's tough. He'll come to fight, but there's not really much there. And yeah, that's what we got really. But like I said, Edwards boxed a good fight. He maintained a good punch output, a lovely jab in this fight. He countered Moreno really well with his right hand as Moreno was coming in. Also, as the fight wore on, Charlie Edwards' right uppercut came into play. He caught Moreno with several eye-catching uppercuts that really rocked the head back of Moreno. And yeah, as I said, just a one-sided fight by Charlie Edwards. Charlie Edwards also scored a knockdown against Angel Moreno. Now, Angel Moreno, he wasn't hurt at all. It was a balance issue. I believe, off the top of my head, Edwards knocked Moreno down with a jab. Moreno kind of overcommitted while he was off balance, and yeah, it dropped Moreno. It was definitely a knockdown, but he wasn't hurt. And yeah, Edwards was just too sharp, too good, too quick. He was just the better fighter in there. Like I said, Moreno came to fight. There wasn't a lack of effort. He really did try, but he was just not really good enough to be competing at world level. Moreno, at his best, was a European champion. That was his ceiling. That was his level. And at 35 years old, the guy's just not cut out for world level with that type of skill set, to be quite honest. But, credit to him. He did come to fight, but yeah, just didn't have enough. And yeah, Charlie Edwards put on a routine boxing display. Going forwards, lack of power could be a concern. Sometimes Charlie Edwards also kind of gets a bit overconfident and loses concentration and gets hit a bit. But, since that Casemiro defeat back in 2016, Charlie Edwards has come on a long way. And, he has made several improvements. And I've got to say, he has grown on me in, recent months. I wasn't really a big believer in Charlie Edwards at one stage. But that Rosales win really did win me over, because I felt Rosales would win that fight, to be honest. And yeah, going forwards, what do we want to see from Charlie Edwards next? As for time of recording, Andrew Selby is fighting in Mexico against a Mexican fighter, obviously, and he's fighting in a WBC eliminator. So if Andrew Selby wins that fight, he's mandatory for Charlie Edwards' title. I would love a fight between Charlie Edwards and Andrew Selby. That fight really is for the hardcore UK boxing fans. That would be a great fight. Andrew Selby's a really good talent. He was a great amateur. He's a pro now. And yeah, if he wins that eliminator, that's the fight I want to see most. But obviously, if that fight doesn't happen, I would like to see Edwards unify. I'd like to see Edwards fight the WBA champion, Artem Dalakian, 18-0. He's a good fighter. That would be a really good fight. Also, there's a fight out there with Kosi Tanaka. Tanaka is 13-0. He's 23 years old. He's already a freeweight world champion, and he's the WBO flyweight champion. Tanaka is arguably the best guy at that weight, so a unification fight between Edwards and Tanaka would be a great fight, but you'd imagine Edwards would have to travel to Japan to get that fight because Tanaka is quite a big star in Japan. And last but not least, you have the IBF flyweight champion, Murati Muflane. He is South African. I believe he's 37, 36 years old, but he's a really good boxer, a quality fighter, and again, another really tough ask for Charlie Edwards. I mean, if Charlie Edwards decides to unify, all of these fights are great. I love all of these fights. So, yeah, I either want a unification fight or a fight with Andrew Selby, should he come through in his eliminator. But yeah, good performance from Charlie Edwards. He's certainly improving. Share your thoughts below. Peace.